Okay, yeah, so actually I decided late last night to completely change my presentation that I was going to show to you guys. So late last night and early this morning I kind of put something totally different together because I was originally going to present to you with the assumption that I maybe was not going to be successful with my burger night events and all of the on-farm events we're doing soon. But after talking to lots of people, especially yesterday, I have my beer license, I have a grill, I have a chef. It's going to be successful. The weather is going to be good, so I'm not worried about it anymore. So the events are going to be successful. People are coming out to them. Like, has anybody here heard about Together Farms Burger Night happening this weekend? Yeah, see, and some of you are coming. So it's really exciting. So I think it's going to be good. So what I did is now I'm presenting to you as though I am going to be successful with these on-farm events, and we are going to build this building that I want to build later this fall, winter. So we'll see how it goes. But anyway, okay, so we'll see how this goes. 10 minutes is hardly enough time for me to get through my first slide, but I'm going to do my best. You can go. Okay, so just a really quick overview. Together Farms, we started selling to the general public in 2011. I went into it with the intention, actually, of going to the Eau Claire downtown farmers market, but we couldn't get in. So that forced us into the Twin Cities much faster and sooner than we really were ready for. But it's been good because it's forced us to grow into our market and to do things much faster. We have been steadily growing, and actually we're exponentially growing this year, the next year. You know, as you keep your girl livestock back, we raise beef, lamb, and pork. As you keep your girls back, pretty soon you have exponential growth. and so that's starting now. We also bought more land, and that now this fall will finally be yielding beef. And I also got a really big value-added producer grant from USDA that's also helping us launch, you know, our marketing and really do all the things we need to do, because I have not quit my day job yet. And so I have been trying to do all this stuff on the side on nights and weekends, just launching a farm, you know, that's been abandoned for 10 years. That's time-consuming and a money pit in and of itself, much less trying to direct market to people in the Twin Cities. So the other cool thing is that there really are very, very few diversified livestock farms, especially in the area. Most of the farmers that I know that are raising beef, lamb, pork don't like people, and that's the reason that they're raising beef and pork, which is fine and great, and I need their beef and pork actually to fill my hole, so that's good. But it's also an opportunity for us because we have this super beautiful farm, we have these super great products. I go several hours out of my way to go to the best butcher that I could find after interviewing and trying like 20 different ones. I know people also buy with their eyes and don't just read the ingredient label, so I immediately knew we had to get a label that was pretty, that explained who we are and why our product is, you know, above average. So anyway, I really went into it from the perspective of the consumer and thinking about the end product. Okay, but now I want to go to the next level, and I would really like to quit my day job. Okay. Well, I'm going to try to not talk about the farm, but it's really hard to not at least show one slide of animals. So we have our sheep. We raise Tunis. One of the hardest things, my husband and I did not grow up on farms, so which is good because we didn't come into this with all the bad habits or assumptions. And one of the things that pigs can do very well, actually, if you have the right pigs, is they make nests and they talk to their babies. And if they're good moms, they don't ever lay on any of them, and they do a good job of raising them out in the woods. It's a little hard to see, but she actually does have kind of a nest built around her. And then our cattle, they're all moved to new pasture. The cattle are moved every day. The pigs and the sheep we're working on will just always be fencing, I think. Just never done. Okay, go ahead. But we didn't know either what breeds of animals to get, so one of the things we looked at was something that would end up tasting really good. So I looked at the slow food arc of taste. If you've ever heard of slow food or slow money, they have actually breeds that they know grow more slowly, and so are kind of going extinct because the industrial production model doesn't want slow growing. They also don't want fat. I do want some fat because fat is flavor and it's very good for you, and fat doesn't make you fat, sugar makes you fat. Okay. Okay. All right, so we bought Farm 2009, we started doing value-added products. One of the other things that I make is because not everybody knows that lard is good for you and fat is not what makes you fat, I had an overabundance of lard, and so what I started doing is I started making soap. So this is actually my coffee soap, and then I also make lip balm, and I make candles now too that are lard and beeswax. So I saw a problem and I made it into a profit. So I'll give these away if somebody gets my trivia question later. And then anyway, and those are the hot dogs actually that Joey got for the restaurant, but if you want to see the label and the ingredients and stuff, it's all in there. Okay, now step 2 are all of our on-farm events, my ready-to-eat stuff. So just a few weeks ago, I got my license to start using Forage, the commercial kitchen, and now I'm, to get around not having a commercial kitchen on the farm, I was having workshops for people to come to the farm, and then they were buying the workshop, the learning experience, not the food. So that's how I was doing it before, but now I finally am able to launch it so that I can just sell you the freezer to slow cooker meals direct, and like she said, they're all allergen-free and delicious, and I have hundreds of recipes compiled now. So eventually, you might start seeing them in just local food and stuff. But okay, go to the next slide. Okay, this is just everything we've done. We can kind of skip over this. The biggest thing is that it's time to build a new building. So I think the on-farm events are going to be very successful. And if they are, then we're going to start doing them every week, our burger nights. Okay, I'm going to keep going. And in the new building, there will be a commercial kitchen on the bottom half and a farm store and a bar on the other half and bathrooms. And then the upstairs is actually divided into 2 that are both rentable rooms that people could rent if they had a wedding on the farm or if we did business events on the farm. The problem that I have to really think through is making sure that we're using this barn all year round and that it's always making money. Because the weekly on-farm events during the summer, like the pizza nights, has anybody here ever been to a pizza night, a pizza farm? Yeah. They're fun and they're great and they're an experience. A lot of them are really hard to get to. Okay, you can go to the next slide. And that's kind of what I talk about on here. Well, there's kind of a lack of beautiful farms that are easily accessible. Some of the pizza farms are really pretty and they're really nice, but they're not easy to get to, and they're really far from some big metropolitan areas. We're half an hour from Eau Claire, and we're 2 hours from downtown in the Twin Cities. We've had a customer appreciation open house type thing on the farm every fall. We get about 100, 150 people, and about half of those people are from the Twin Cities. So people do want to get out of cities, and they want to get on the farm, and they want to have an experience. I just need to get those people to keep coming back. Okay, so next. Okay, so there's all kinds of things we can do. We can do the burgers. I can continue doing the workshops. Actually, I told people I was discontinuing the workshops because now you don't have to come to the workshop. I'm just going to make them and sell them to you, and it's way easier. And they got mad at me. So they want the workshops to continue. So the new kitchen in the new building is designed that way to have doors to open up so you can have teaching space. And then just more ready-to-eat products. I started doing the freezer meals for myself, and I saw business opportunities, so I started doing it for other people too. Because I would have mothers buying meat from me at the farmers markets, and they would buy like this roast or hocks or something, and they had no idea how to cook them or what to do with them, but they wanted to support us. So my fear is that they're buying these things to support me with the intention of going home and Googling how to cook it, but it's just gonna sit in their freezer, and then every time they open their freezer, they're gonna get annoyed with me because they don't know how to cook this weird thing that's in their freezer. So I'm trying to build as much convenience into our stuff as I can, but my time is so limited. So eventually, with the commercial kitchen on the farm, we could do things like a cooked pulled pork, that's ready to eat. Right now, the freezer meals aren't cooked. Everything's raw. So then we have we're going to do some grilling series, some teaching classes in June, and then we're going to do a barbecue event with Chip Magnet Salsa, I think in August. But just the point is just to integrate everything and to really use the barn to its full potential. That's what I call it, the barn. I don't know. Okay, next. My target market is moms, families, hipsters. My geographic market is Northwest Wisconsin, Twin Cities. Like I said before, other places are quite far away, and you don't have to drive down any super scary roads to get to me. Okay, next. Like you do in some of the driftless regions, it gets a little scary. This is just to show kind of our current model, what we're currently doing. We have some wholesale. We have some awesome, great restaurants that I'm so grateful and thankful to be working with. And And then we have our retail stuff we've been doing for a couple years. All the restaurants are brand new. We're here and we're at Informalist. Someday we'll be at the Lakely. We're not there yet. Okay, next. We've accomplished a ton of things. We've got all of our water lines in. I found an online shopping store to use. With meat, it's harder than with other things to sell online because I have to be able to go in and edit the weight of the meat after you've bought it, which makes it trickier. I launched our meat membership card. It's kind of like a meat CSA type thing. So, and our label, it's just, a lot of things to figure out. So when we bought the farm at the very end of 2009, that's when all the extreme weather started happening. So we had a couple of years of really terrible drought. We had every winter was some sort of extreme in one way or the other. And our farm had zero resiliency built into it because it was still commercial agriculture. So now we're actually converting the farm into a permaculture-based farm where you soak every drop of water in because it's like sandbox sand. And so we know that we need all that water, so we're building ponds everywhere and berms and swales everywhere, and we're planting everything that wants to grow there. We have wild hazelnuts growing and mulberries and oaks, lots of trees, perennials that produce food. So I want to grow those things that want to grow there and then have my animals graze in between them to get their food sources, right? So that's where we're going. It just takes forever. Okay, next, how much time do I have left?